after the intro, which we've just gone through, which you're going to do 8 times, on that last slide on the harmonics, you're going to slide right in to this chord here on what is the 9th fret after the capo. That's a G. Okay, simple, typical bar chord. Okay, with your first finger barring here, or at least the first 2 A and D string, and then this third finger across the G, B, and the G, B. Excuse me, the D, G, and the B string. I pretty much muffle out the last E string. I don't play that. Okay. Now this chord isn't too hard. The tricky part, this is another one of those sections that I call a right-hand part, a right-hand song. The chord's not hard, the right-hand strumming is. So with the delay, I'm going to play this with and without delay. We're essentially going to go over this part. Okay, let's first turn the delay off. The delay you don't hear too much because you're hitting so many strokes that you're playing almost on top of the delay. See, when I was playing the chords, you almost don't hear the delay because it's a dotted eighth and you're doing some quick eighth notes in there. So you almost don't hear it because when it comes in and delays, you're already on top of it. Whoops. That pinky can be tricky. We're going to go through that. So let's turn off the delay. What is Edge doing here? The core of the sound is this, and this is not going to be correct, so don't play this, but here's the core of what's happening. Now that sounds very staccato, that's very robotic, doesn't sound right at all. You'll notice also I was doing all downstrokes there. This part of the song is both down and upstrokes. And if you play the riff the correct way, watch my hand is just going up and down like this, but you don't hear this. You don't hear this. Because I'm hitting the strings there every time on an upstroke and a downstroke, okay? But you'll see Edge's hand is doing that. Well, on some of those up and down strokes, you're not hitting the strings. So what I'm going to give you is the exact pattern of when you're hitting the strings and when not to hit the strings. And hopefully I can get you through this because it's very hard to do slow. Quite frankly, I'm good with the right hand rhythms, so I just pick up on it. So here we go. The first one is just a downstroke on this. And one other thing to mention. We're at the same time, and we'll go through this in a minute, we're going to be muting the strings here with this hand. Because you'll notice, after you play something, if you hold this down, the chord keeps going. See, that's better, right? It's not this. It's not that, because you can't play it so fast. And it's not this. It's not holding down the chord the whole time. Now I'm going to do it right. Okay, so that's getting closer. But if you put that stroke down, which I'll take you through correctly, with the fact that you need to mute the strings, so after you hit, you raise this finger. See, I'm not muting the strings with this hand. Okay, if I hold this down, and I let them ring. Now I can mute the strings with the palm here. I can do this. Okay. But for this riff, you won't be able to hit the palm fast enough to make this riff work. It won't work. You need to mute by releasing pressure off of this finger. Okay. So it's going to be, watch here. See, I'm releasing some pressure here. I hate trying to play it slow. I almost can't do it. But you need to practice. There. Some people try to mute with this finger. I can't do that as well. But there are other, use whatever technique you can to, after you hit the string, see, I did not mute with this hand. Just release the pressure. All right. And then we got to combine that with this strumming pattern, which I'm going to go through now. So, no delay on. The first stroke is a downstroke, and then you're going to release pressure, like that. Now you're down. Now go up, and don't play any string. Okay, so it's, see that? So this is why you're going to see my hand always doing this, and Edge is always doing this, but he's not hitting the strings all the time. So down, up. So down, pause, up. When I say pause, it means I released the pressure from this finger. Okay? Down, pause, up. There. So now we're up. Now we're going to do down, up, and I'm going to play the strings each time. But I'm going to also put in a little bit of release of the pressure after I do play each of those each time. So it's going to be this. See that? You don't have to release too much pressure on the first one down because you're not going to be able to do it fast enough. But it's, and then release. Okay, so down, up, play the strings, and release. See, I stopped the sustain. Stop the sustain by releasing this finger. All right, so what do we have so far? We have down with a playing and release, and then up with no playing, and then down, up with playing the strings. Okay, so we have this. There we go. Down, pause, down, release, up, down, up, release. Okay, release means the pressure. So we got down, release, up, down, up. All right, so we have this. Da, 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 da. We're going to get to that, but that was just da, da, da. Sorry. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. If you played the string each time, it would be this. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. But that's not. You're going to skip that second one. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. Down, up, down, up. So down, up, you released. Then put the pressure back down and do down, up, and then release again. So 2 releases in there. So you practice that. Just practice these. Break the song down into each stroke. There you go. All right.
Knock it off.